Happy day children, class 6 science, this is part 1 video. Today we are going to see chemistry changes around us lesson. Chapter 6. If you have magical powers, will you change the world children? Yes, but we don't have magical powers, but changing happens every day in our life. Okay, so everything around us is undergoing a process of change. Our hair, nails keep growing, leaves die and new leaves takes their place, while some changes in our environment are temporary and some are permanent also. So other changes are relatively permanent. So in this topic we are going to see what are the topics is reversible change, irreversible change, physical changes, chemical changes, expansion and contraction. So every day we came across different types of changes, turning day into night, night into day, rising and setting of the sun and the moon, changing of climate, and lot more we can see. So these changes occur in a minute or take a longer time. Even few changes are not even noticeable. So what are the changes taking place in nature? The changing in position, sunrise and sunset, change in color, sky color at night and day, change in temperature, hot in summer and cold in winter, and change in the state of form like water on cooling and heating, rusting of iron. So there are so many changes taking place. So on the basis, changes around us can be classified into two broad categories. They are reversible changes and irreversible changes. So reversible changes can be described as changes that can be reversed by reversing the action or changing the conditions. Example, we can say freezing of water, rolling of a chapati from dough, rolling of a chapati from dough. Yes, again we can roll the dough into chapati. When we cook it, can we able to get it back again to the dough? No, it cannot possible. Then we can say that changes irreversible changes. So irreversible changes can be described as changes that cannot be reversed even after bringing about changes in the conditions. Example, rusting of iron and cooking of vegetables. Here you can see the two examples. This is the closing and opening of mimosa leaves. The mimosa leaves is touch me not plant. Represents a reversible change. And next is cooking of an egg into an omelette. Represents an irreversible change. We can't able to take into a original form. So thus we call it as reversible and irreversible changes. Next we will see substances and materials usually undergo two major types of changes. That changes we call it as physical change and next chemical change. So physical change, thus the name itself represents a change not in the chemical identity but the physical form of a substance. So when substance undergo a physical change, there is no formation of new substance. Formation of new substance not be formed. For example, boiling of water and melting of rice represents reversible physical changes. Okay, while growing of height is an irreversible physical change. So growing of height physically we can able to see, but it's a not reversible, it's irreversible change. But when you can see boiling of water and ice melting represents the physical change, but it's a irreversible change. So we can say in physical change some of the changes are reversible and some are irreversible. So we can see in the picture the example, crushing a can, melting an ice cube, boiling water, mixing sand with water, breaking glass, chopping wood, shredding paper, dissolving sugar in water. These are all physical changes. In this, some are reversible, some are irreversible. Next, we will see the chemical change. So, by chemical change, this is exactly the opposite of physical change. That is, we can get a new substance, that is chemical identity of the substance we get. So these are irreversible changes because the original substance get converted into a new substance. So chemical change are all irreversible changes. Example, cooking of rice, burning of matchstick, etc. You can see the chemical changes: iron rusting, burning wood, metabolism, cooking an egg, baking a cake, rotting banana, vinegar and baking soda mixture, fireworks, chemical battery. These are the chemical changes taking place. Next, we will see the differences between the physical change and the chemical change. So, a change in matter occurs without causing any change in the composition of matter. That we call it as physical change. While a chemical change in which the chemicals or compositions get changed and a new substance are formed. In a physical changes are reversible in nature, while chemical changes are often irreversible. In physical change, no new products or new substance are formed when an object undergoes physical change. So, chemical changes often lead to the formation of new products. Physical changes have no impact on the molecular composition of the substances, while the chemical changes have a direct impact on the chemical and molecular composition of the substances. Physical change, a few changes occur when cooling or heating is done. So these chemical changes involve absorption or release of energy. In part 2 video, we will see expansion and contraction. Thank you, children.